sure I'm muted on here. There we go. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to a brand new episode of Tight Spot's Lounge. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be live here in a minute, and we'll be talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Lots to talk about, so let's do it. Without further ado, let's bring in Tight Spot and Nakattack, and we are going to bring them both live right now. Nakattack, what's going on, my friend? How are you doing?
Okay. Hey, I apologize for my my lighting and stuff. We had some issues with my camera before we started, but
It's cool. It's cool. We get the long view of Nakattack this week. We'll figure out that maybe this weekend and work on the technical difficulties, but we are here, we are live, and we are ready to kick ass. And man, oh man, what a 2 weeks we had in our life. I mean, we were gearing up to watch this movie, and just in general. I mean, honestly, this movie was what it was, and we'll talk about it more as we go along in this episode. And that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. But Nakattack, how's your week been? How's the music going? Anything new? Any new video gaming aspects you've been going through as well?
yeah, well, I got my my gaming PC all set up, and nothing fancy. I don't have the LEDs and all that shit. You got stuff's necessary. Just one fit function. That's me. But yeah, I downloaded Destiny 2, and I got the Humble Bundle pack that had the first 5 year of expansions for $20.
Nice.
So Destiny 2 plays just as well as Destiny 1, if not a little better. I'm able to play on my TV behind me, pretty close to the computer here, and I got my wireless controller set up, so it's good.
Nice.
It's fun.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Maybe we'll get some not Destiny 2 gaming in this weekend, but some Rocket League maybe. Who knows? On the Switch,
Yeah.
we've been
I haven't put that on my computer yet, but we still have that on Switch. So
yeah. I mean, you can always put Fortnite on your computer, and then that would be easier, I think, with the aspect of how people play that and all that for you. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I've been gaming a little bit, guys, and yeah, I know you guys have already seen it on the stream. We're getting up for WB2K24, which came out officially today. But if you got the pre-order, it came out on Tuesday, which we did. And yeah, also MLB next week, so we'll be gearing up for that, and college football later this year. So, you know, you guys stay tuned for that. But we're here to talk about a movie that came out recently that we were all stoked to see, and Nakattack chose it for his birthday month special pick, and that was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. This was kind of a movie we were all excited to see, and I think it lived up to its hype, but also it has some like different storylines and aspects to the story that we're used to, that we grew up watching as kids in the original cartoon, and also you know, just the movies that we saw with certain people that I'll tell you this, I look back at it now. They did what they did in this movie. They did it in the original ones too. We just didn't care because we were kids and we thought it was cool. Where they took liberties of bringing in aspects of the like world that we lived in into the storyline. You know what I'm talking about, right, Nakattack?
Not specifically. Explain.
Well, like how they
I think I do, but go ahead and explain.
How they brought in Vanilla Ice into the movie in the original movies, and then they brought in references to Adele and modern day like stuff that's modern day us in a sense, if you get what I mean.
Oh, you're just talking about pop culture references.
Yes, pop culture references. Yes. But also the fact that the Splinter storyline was kind of like modernized in a sense that it was like, okay, so he was walking around and he was hated by people. People hated him. But
it wasn't modernized, it was completely changed.
Yeah, well, completely changed. You know, and it was like also the whole fact that
his origin in the okay, well, just so we're clear, like we're talking about the current film. You kind of started talking about the history of Turtles now, but we're referring to Mutant Mayhem specifically. But yeah, like Splinter's origin was always tied with Shredder, and they did away with that for this movie, which is fine. I mean, I'm kind of glad we had a villain other than Shredder.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it looks like we're gonna get a second one of these movies because of that. I mean, honestly, with the way the movie ended.
Was there an end credits scene? I didn't watch past the credits.
No, there wasn't an end credits scene that I remember. I don't remember seeing one.
Oh wow,
either.
I'm surprised they showed restraint like that for something that's. They were obviously hoping to be a franchise, you know.
I mean, was there, guys? Anyone out there who's listening to us right now or on the stream later? Let us know. I don't think I watched it past the credits either, because I watched it like 2 weeks ago. So it's been a little bit. I didn't go back and watch it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the storyline was completely changed. I mean, yeah, it's interesting that they took it to a step where they made him watch. They made Splinter, learn his martial arts from watching videos from like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, which makes sense, but it also just like completely flip-flops to what they did in the original, where he was the pet of Shredder.
I hated it. That's the one thing about this movie I hated.
Yeah, I know. You texted me that. I'm like, yep, I fully agree. I mean, it makes sense. Like they, like we said, it makes sense that they did this, but it also doesn't make sense that why did they make it like in a generalized sense that yes, Splinter and Shredder were 1-in-1, together. Basically he learned from Shredder instead of these movies, which would have made more sense. But yet, I think with the whole thing that Splinter had in his mind about how humans hated him or they were evil, would have been kind of, off-put if it was Shredder, maybe. But like in a sense, Shredder did hate Splinter because the way he attacked them in the original one and stuff like that, right? The ear and everything, and the face. That's why he wore a mask.
Yeah. I'm getting the names all mixed up. Splinter basically mangled Shredder's face a little bit. It was one of the reasons why he wears the mask.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think the original storyline. I know this was in the comic run. Sorry, I just brought it up. That was from excuse my shitty eyes, from 2012. That Tom Waltz and Kevin Eastman did. A very good comic run, by the way. But in that one, like Shredder. Sorry, I'm trying to remember. It's been like 6 months since I read it. Okay, Splinter was actually Shredder's rival back in feudal Japan, and for whatever reason in the comic book, like he was just resurrected as Splinter, and so that's how they're tied in. And Shredder's still alive for whatever reason. It's a comic book. You can get away with that stuff. But,
yeah, I mean, comic books are made that way. I mean, honestly.
But in the original, yeah. I'm not sure if the original comic was like this, but in the original film, Splinter's master was murdered by Shredder, and Splinter learned martial arts from his master, who happened to be a martial arts master.
Yes, that is so true. That is how it was. I remember those films are so like. I mean, those were our childhood years, man. Like watching those movies. The original still holds up. I showed that to my kids. Last summer. Yeah.
And they very much liked it, and I was surprised how much I still liked it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze is hot garbage, but it has its moments.
What about the third one?
You don't even need to mention that one. That's just garbage. That's not hot garbage.
Yeah, what about the Michael Bay one?
I never saw them. I thought they looked like garbage. I hate Michael Bay's aesthetic. Like, I hate the way he makes Transformers look. I hate the way his films look in general, but especially like the way the turtles are just so huge. It's so off-putting.
So true.
I'm sure those movies are okay, but I had no interest in seeing them just because Michael Bay was attached.
Yeah, I didn't watch them either. I thought when they came out, I'm like, why are they ruining our childhood with another movie that doesn't make sense? Why are they rewriting?
I haven't seen it, but I heard that other animated Ninja Turtles movie was pretty good that came out in the mid-aughts.
Maybe. I didn't see it either.
I think that one was just called TMNT or something. I heard that one was good.
I think so too. I did watch the cartoon a little bit when they were on Nickelodeon. Hi, Buster Cherry, all the time. What's going on? Thanks for stopping by Tight Spot's Lounge. If you guys have seen Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, which is out now on Paramount Plus, let us know your thoughts on that movie. Also, guys, it's Murder Cat. Well, Murder Cat, welcome to the channel. I figured, I was like, I know who it is, I think. But also, if you guys have HBO Max, we're not watching it on this show yet, but we may down the line. I don't know why, but the new Wonka movie is out. If you guys haven't seen it, that's out on Max now, which is a total musical from what I heard. So I don't know if we're ever gonna watch it, but we may just watch it for shits and giggles, not just an official movie here on Tight Spot's Lounge as of yet. But yeah, I mean, honestly, we've seen so many different changes to the TMT universe, so to say, with the artwork, with how they brought them back into like a different looking live action film like Michael Bay did, and also just how like dark they can be sometimes. I think didn't they make like a dark version of this, like a
well, it started dark.
Yeah,
it was a dark parody of comics at the time.
Yeah, but like in our original cartoon that they had movies for in Pizza Hut because they VHS of the series, it was more of a lighthearted, fun shits and giggles cartoon, wasn't it? Am I right? It was like definitely something we watched and enjoyed when we were kids. I didn't watch any of the episodes in a long time, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, right, Nak? Or what's your thoughts on the original cartoon that we saw when we were kids, that were highly globalized?
It's fine. I mean, they definitely toned it down for kids.
Mm-hmm.
But oh shit! Sorry, I just got an ad came up for the 3-Body Problem, which I read the book. I guess that's coming on Netflix. That looks pretty awesome.
Oh, is that on my page? On my page when we were...
Yeah.
Okay. He's in the chat, guys. If you have anything to say to Nakattack, he's in the chat. Tired remakes. Yeah, I feel the same thing.
Yes.
But this was a high quality remake to a certain extent. I mean, like we said, there was already the downfall of where Splinter was trained by martial art movies. But it was interesting.
But with that said, that's the only thing I didn't like about it. I loved everything else about Mutant Mayhem.
Like, okay, so I told him, I told Nakattack in our conversations off air, via text, I hated that they made like a more modernized version of it. Like they made like I mentioned it already. Like I hated that but they did it to us as well as kids, but we didn't recognize it because we didn't care. But like where they put references of like Adele and and also making them high school students at the end, I'm like, really? Like, we didn't have that. They were always crime fighting. They were always, with adult April O'Neil and Casey Jones and fighting Kang and Shredder and Baxter Stockman and which was interesting. It was interesting that we didn't get Baxter. So Baxter supposedly died or never existed in this universe. Actually,
I think he did die in the movie. I think that's what Superfly was mentioning when he was talking about his origins.
Okay. I thought, well, in the cartoon he didn't die because he was also Baxter Stockman. He was a fly. He wasn't Superfly then, if I'm not mistaken, right? Am I right?
He eventually. I mean, they didn't have the little mouser bots in this one because he invented those, but he became a fly monster or something at some point.
Those robots were cool as shit in the games. I mean, I was playing some of the games earlier this week on the Cowabunga collection, which Nakattack, if you get for the Switch, you might enjoy playing all the classic TMNT movie games. Do you like those games, or did you not like those games when growing up?
Oh no, they're great beat 'em ups.
Yeah. Those were fun. I mean, Tournament Fighters as well on that, so you get all the collection. So you have all.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. I like that one.
Yeah. Turtles in Time, all those great games, which is fun. And then the new game that came out, Shredder's Revenge, which is on the Xbox and Game Pass.
Manhattan Project is probably one of the least discussed, but one of the best ones that came out on NES.
Yeah. I think that's on the collection. Where did I put the case? Let me see. I think I have the case right here. No,
it's gotta be if they got all the NES titles, especially if they have Tournament Fighters. They gotta have Manhattan Project on there.
I think it is. Oh, it's right here. Yes, hold on, I got it right here.
It was like Double Dragon 2 level of quality as far as the beat 'em up action went.
Yeah, it doesn't say on the thing, but I know for a fact it has it. So guys, the Cowabunga collection is A+ in my book. You can play through all the games.
Cowabunga!
Yeah, it's pretty cool. They have all the games and like even the arcade game, so that's pretty fun. Kind of like how you know what they need to bring back, and I know they had it like years ago, but you can't download it anymore because the Xbox 360 arcade is no longer available. Is the Simpsons arcade game on like the systems? They should bring that back because it was a hell of a game.
Yeah,
always playing it.
It was basically. I don't know what it was around that era, but there was basically like the exact same game, but they just had different skins. Mm-hmm. So like Ninja Turtles and Simpsons are like so similar.
Definitely. I know we're talking about a lot, guys, but that's how I feel tonight. I talk about a lot of stuff on the show, and Nakattack agrees and talks with me as well. So
we'll just get. I know we gave some mild spoilers already, and I just want to try and keep the spoilers mild because this movie's still pretty new.
Yep, I'm definitely. But I'm wearing my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt. It has the van on, which is pretty cool. If you guys see that there, and then like the turtle share in the front. So I am a big Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan to an extent. I don't have a lot of the old stuff anymore when we were kids, but damn, those are pricey now. Like if you look up the old figurines that came out back in the day, they're definitely well-rounded and respected in the pricing of antiques. So Nakattack, anything else you want to say about the movie? Like, what did you like, and what else did you like about the movie? What other things were brought to your mind when you were watching this movie?
No, actually, I love that that for the first time the turtles were actually like teenagers. Like they felt and talked and acted like teenagers, whereas before they always kind of acted a little older than they were.
Very true. They did do that. So
I even like when there's little moments when they're just in a little group just trying to like just be funny with each other.
Yeah.
When they're just like boop, 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 boop. Well, I love that stuff.
It was interesting. It was I didn't like it, but I see where you can understand. But like this was kind of like Benjamin Buttoning for me, because honestly we grew up watching them as adults. Like they were kind of adults in the cartoons, but not really. They were like still like college age turtles.
I mean, it's in the title.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like this was like a kind of like a prereq for the series, like that we grew up watching. Because honestly, the movies then they were like kind of adultish, because they were like, just like live action human beings in costume. And then we had the cartoon, which was like their teenage years, but like not like post high school, and all that, because they kind of act like they were still teenagers, but they also kind of act like they were adults. But they never talked about going to college because they were crime fighting for the city of New York, and they were keeping New York safe while eating pizza, and had a big deal with Pizza Hut back in the day because Pizza Hut loved pizza, and Turtles go synonymous with Pizza Hut. I think there's even Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I didn't look it up, but I think those commercials were Pizza Hut, weren't they? TMNT and Pizza Hut commercials?
There had to have been.
Yeah, I think so.
Domino's, one of them. They had to make some deal with one of them.
Yeah, and it makes sense. It makes sense. Those movies were classic. I mean, honestly, those. Oh yeah, there's definitely. Oh, there's a cartoon commercial from the Mayhem one as well. So Nakattack, go ahead. You have more to say. Go ahead. Keep me on. Track. Go ahead.
I was actually surprised how well done the fight scenes were in the film. Like the one felt like an homage to Old Boy, where it was that long tracking shot as they were fighting down that hallway. I love that.
That makes sense, but also I would like to know from Seth Rogen if he's an actual fan of Old Boy then, because that would be interesting. Maybe he's never seen that movie. Maybe he has. I don't know. I mean, being an actor like he is, and like I saw a video about him today or the other day where this guy is like celebrating that he's you know, is not a stoner but has kids, yet Seth Rogen is a stoner and makes millions of dollars doing movies and being a stoner. Which, hey, more power to Seth. I mean, honestly, I'm a stoner somewhat. I do smoke. But
is Seth a stoner, or does he just play one?
No, he does smoke. He has his own weed company. He has Houseplant, which has his own weed, and also the stuff that like rolling trays and all that. He does do that. I'm not lying. You can look it up. It's called Houseplant. I get an email from him every other week or so about stuff that they bring out, but I don't.
So they have a newsletter, you're saying?
Yeah, they have a newsletter, which is pretty cool. Not overpriced, but like high priced, like rolling trays, and it's just like random shit he makes, like because he does a lot of clay work. He does a lot of the molding of the clay and stuff in his house. Because I mean, honestly, I don't know what other movies he has coming out, but you know, doing a lot of voiceover work is probably a lot of the money he makes now, or maybe more.
Let's get back to the Turtles. I got more likes to take off.
Well, also, Reed, welcome back. I'm sorry that you are having stomach hell, and also weed. Yes, he does do weed. But go ahead, Nakattack. Go ahead. What else do you want to say? Get us back on track about the Turtles.
Oh no, I mean, we sort of talked about how Splinter's origin was kind of just like, it's okay in this film, but I actually like how it ties in with Superfly's origin, and how the Turtles and the Superfly's group have a bond, and they just kind of take their view on the world in different directions. Yeah. But I like that they had that connection. It tied them all together nicely.
You know, it's been 40 years for Turtles this year, by the way.
Oh yeah, from the mid 80s.
Yeah, 84.
Early to mid 80s.
84, because I'm showing images right now of the different like Turtles. Like right there's the 2012.
I hate that Michael Bay look.
Yeah, the Michael Bay look, and then like this one, and then you got this interesting the Mutant Manhattan look right there. You got the Nickelodeon look. You got like the dark version. I don't know if it's dark, but I don't know, the anime-ish version right there.
And a manga inspired.
Yeah, you got the original ones right there, guys. Which is weird. The one has a green.
I'm gonna put an asterisk on you saying the original ones, because this came out after the comic book.
Okay. Like, how about this one? What do you think about this one? Cartoon, like, I think it looks like a Cartoon Network version. I'm not sure if I'm correct.
I like it.
You like it? Okay. And then this is the Michael Bay one. Like, I don't know. Yeah, they kind of look like just green sloths. Does that make your dick shrink and go inside like the Destination Wedding episode?
Yes.
I put that clip up on TikTok, so if you guys haven't seen that TikTok, Nick talks about his dick shrinking about of a love scene, but yeah, I mean honestly, I kind of like this one. I mean honestly, they look more like what we expected in the movies, in the older movies in the 90s.
It's like a realistic version of what Ninja Turtles look like. It's definitely modeled after the first live action film and even the original comic book, which was a bit more anatomically correct as far as how they were drawn and stuff.
Here's one that's on Netflix that I haven't seen because it's from the Nickelodeon stuff. Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I don't know what that looks like kind of like a multiverse Spider-Man type look of cartoon work, doesn't it?
I've seen some of that one. It's good.
Okay. It's good. And there's a couple other ones. We're just flipping through. That was one of the things I wanted to talk about. But there's the movie right now. And that's pretty cool. I like this artwork. I would have this poster in my bedroom if I was still a kid.
Yeah, I love how this movie looks like. It's sort of like it's like claymation graffitied. It just has like a claymation graffiti look, and it looks awesome.
Yeah. Rise was kind of cool. Those are not the original. I'm sorry, Reed. I'm sorry. I suck at life. We're calling them the originals, but yeah, that was just some of the thoughts that we're going through right there. We were talking about. But Reed says Rise was kind of cool. I may have to go back and watch that before I watch the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight later this year. I'm sorry, Mike Tyson. Why are you still fighting? I don't know. That's truth, though.
In jail for raping those women.
Oh God.
Yeah, I said it.
He said it. He said
allegedly. Allegedly.
The stuff we see in the news sometimes. I mean, honestly, I don't know why we even sometimes the human race exists, but it does. So Nakattack. Let's see what else. The soundtrack was good. I mean, it was interesting, different. But also, Superfly was pretty cool.
I thought it was a mixed bag. Some stuff I really loved, but other stuff I was just kind of like, meh.
Ice Cube as the was it Ice Cube, right? Ice Cube was the Superfly, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that was an Easter egg hinting back to Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah. I mean, honestly.
Sorry, not Ice Cube, Vanilla Ice. The Vanilla Ice song. It had like a cameo sound clip in the film.
Yeah. Let's see, who else was you mean the 3 body problems? I just saw the IMDb thing too. I was looking at IMDb. But also, Inside Out 2 officially coming out this year. I'm excited for that. Before we get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Dude, that was 1990. That movie came out. I was 5, you were 6 when that came out. Jeez, we're old.
That was one of the first films I saw in theaters.
Nice. I don't remember how I saw it. I think all the kids did a lot of great work with the voice work. Rocksteady and Bebop. I mean, Seth Rogen was Bebop and John Cena was Rocksteady. Leatherhead was, of course, Seth Rogen's best friend, Rose Byrne, who he stars in on Navy. I mean, and Jackie Chan. I mean, honestly, to be able to be the voice of Splinter, and then our boy Giancarlo Esposito, who's also in Far Cry and also played a key role in a couple episodes of Community. I just say it because I love that show, and I know Nakattack was loving that show. I don't know if he still does. But you also have Ice Cube, you have Paul Rudd and Mondo Gecko, which is hilarious. Also, you have the famous hip-hop artist, rapper Post Malone as Ray Fillet. And then Genghis Frog, of course, one of Seth Rogen's best friends and stoner friends, Hannibal Buress, was Genghis Frog. And then you have a lot of other... And then you have Maya Rudolph, who did Cynthia Utrom, which was the... kind of the bad guy, the villain indirectly, but also like is bringing back Shredder in the next one, and Ayo Edebiri, Edibiri. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but Ao did April's voice, which was good. And then Micah, Shaman, Nicholas, and Brady all did the Turtles. Great young cast. I don't know. I think I know. Shaman was in the movie with Seth called, I think it was, if I'm not right. No, I'm wrong. He wasn't. Never mind. He's in the Shy, which is the show based about Chicago, I believe. I never watched it. But yeah, they all did a lot of great work.
I don't know which one of them did voice Donatello, but I love Donatello. I always loved Donatello because I love the Bow Staff, but the kid that voiced him in this movie was perfect.
Donatello was. Let me get back here. Donatello was Micah Abbey. There's a picture of him on there.
Micah, great job, dude. I loved it.
He is in. He was in Grey's Anatomy for 2 episodes in 2017. He doesn't have anything coming. He has 2 upcoming projects, which is the Tales of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I believe it's the cartoon is coming out that he's in, and then Low Loves Luck, which is a short that he's in. So there you go. A famous cast for TMT seems a waste to me. Really? Do you think this was a waste of a movie then, Reed, or what did you think? Let us know in the chat. I thought it was a solid movie. So, Nakattack, anything else?
I actually kind of like that the Turtles themselves were basically voiced by unknowns.
Yeah.
And actual kids too.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was cool. I mean, I was watching when I was watching, I was like, oh, these guys are pretty new to the scene of acting. But yeah.
But yeah, I do get Reed's point though, because like I didn't want to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because Seth Rogen does the voice. No, I just was like, oh, cool Turtles movie.
Oh, okay. So you've been burned out on TMT as adaptations as a whole. So I'm guessing Michael Bay killed your enthusiasm for these. Is that what I'm taking it? Because we both agree that the Michael Bay movies are semi-unwatchable to an extent. It was dead before that? Okay. Alright, cool. Good to know. And everyone who's watching on the Kick and YouTube, thank you guys so much. And also all the people in the Twitch. If you guys have anything else to say about the movie, let us know.
I think Reed knows how I feel with Star Trek now.
You still love the comics? Good. I mean, see, the thing is, the comics are done by the same people that are doing their things, so that is good that they continue the storyline and how they want it, because they master it. And these live action movies and these movies that they're doing are all solely based on the directors and the writers of these said movies and their own adaptation of what they think the fans would enjoy of this intellectual property of the Turtles.
Think we'll make money.
Money! Give me that money! Okay. But yeah. So Nakattack, anything else before we maybe wrap this up? I know it's only been like a half an hour, but sometimes our episodes go hours, an hour or an hour and a half. But anything else?
No, it's fine. Say? I mean, not really. Just I really liked it. I think it was great. My kids loved it. It's good for everybody.
Was it worthy of your birthday pick though? Was it worthy of your birthday pick?
Compared to things I picked in the past, no. Okay. But if this was on TV again, I would watch it. It's not like if I had the chance to watch it again, it was like if I was just like flipping through and it was on, I would pause and watch it. So it's definitely not one of those I don't ever need to see it again movies, but
unlike last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. If you want my rating, I'd give it like a 3.75. It's not quite a 4, but it's definitely above average, but it's not super. It's like in the middle,
okay. All right. I mean, being that it was a cartoon and being that we're still kids at heart, I'd give it. God, where was I leaning on it before the chat? Because you always come in with what you want to hear and do your own opinion, and then you listen to the other guy's opinion, and you're like, You know what? I take that. I'll take that, and you know, I will give you a 3.5 out of 5. I mean, this would be another movie I'd watch again just for the fun of it. Like if it was on TV or like, you know, I got bored and felt like watching another movie that I've already watched.
Sounds like you were on the same wavelength as me with this one. So
yeah, I mean, it was because I like the intellectual property of what of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was, and it was.
Oh, and you know what? One of the best things was that 80-minute runtime. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, honestly, that was perfect. It went by so quick. But you know, I know, Nakattack, you picked this movie because you love the intellectual property of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Well, you guys already know my pick for my birthday movie.
Don't refer to it as the IP of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
Just say you like the Ninja Turtles.
Okay, I'm an asshole for saying that because I wanted to sound smart sometimes. Sorry. All right, so we love the new. We thoroughly enjoyed it to a certain extent. So 3.5 and 3.7, that rounds out 3.5 in my book, or whatever you're adding up or dividing. And yeah, so my pick kind of goes back to our friendship, right? So we've been to multiple wrestling shows together. We've talked wrestling a lot on this show sometimes, and you know, if you guys want to be part of TSCW, let us know. I'm building Nakattack tomorrow. I'm gonna come home after I go visit my wife, and I'm sorry. Well, hey, Reed, sub up, baby, sub up. If you he has ads. He's like, oh, ads, sub up, baby. Do you have Prime? Sub up. But yeah, so our movie next time that we come together, which would be on the 22nd, is a movie that both Nakattack and I enjoyed while watching it when we were younger. My hat's going all over the place. I'm having too much fun over here. But
squeeze it in these headphones.
Yeah. I'd rather have the headphones on so we don't have echo of your voice. Like if it comes like they hear it and then they hear it from my computer. So
yeah.
So my movie that I chose, in my opinion, is one of the like best wrestling comedy movies of all time, because I think it has
a huge genre for sure.
Yeah, not. Yes. So that movie is Ready to Rumble, and it stars Scott Conn and David Arquette as two losers down on their luck who are big wrestling fans. And yeah, so it's also starring some other people that were in that movie who were stars already in their own right. And I keep on
tons of cameos from pro wrestlers who were pretty famous of the time.
Yep.
A lot of WCW guys in it.
Diamond Dallas Page, Goldberg, the now retired Sting. You know,
Saturn shows up.
You also have
Mean Gene Okerlund's in there.
Gene Okerlund, R.I.P. You also have a young Shermanator, who's is Isaac, who is his real name is Chris Owen. You also
that guy showed up in a bunch of comedies around that era.
You cry, you're a pussy. My dad says if you cry, you're a pussy. Like,
yeah.
People don't talk on the phone. They're pussies. You know, you got Joe Pantoliano, who also plays later on in his career. He was in Bad Boys. You also have Caroline Ray, who we know. Well, I recognize her from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. You got Martin Landau, who plays Sal Bandini. And you also have a lot of other. You have Ahmet Zappa. And that's about it. And Rose McGowan's in this movie too. So yeah, she makes an appearance. Yeah, so we're gonna be watching that in 2 weeks. We'll be talking about it in 2 weeks. So
I hope it holds up for me. I'm cautiously optimistic it will, but I don't know. I hope.
Well, Nakattack. I hope it does, because I know deep down inside you still have a feeling for wrestling, because I know you've been playing. We're playing 2K13, was it? 2K14, or which one was it you were playing on the PS3?
14. Yeah.
14. Okay. Yeah. So we'll get our thoughts on that. But if you guys are big wrestling fans and have not watched that movie ever, it's on Tubi. I believe it's still on Tubi. Let me check real quick.
Oh, yeah. If you love wrestling, I highly recommend watching Ready to Rumble. It's a blast, especially if you're a pro wrestling fan.
So this, I mean, like, see, he's already saying it. He hopes it holds up, but he's highly optimistic. But he's like, if you're a wrestling fan, you've got to watch it. You do. I mean, honestly, you really don't get, like, it doesn't break any of the rules of kayfabe or anything like that. Like, yeah, it's still on there. It's still on there. There's also a movie called Dead Rappers, which I don't know we would ever watch. But yes.
John, I really wish we could do like a double feature with the Iron Claw, but it's kind of hard to see that one right now.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so here's the thing.
The serious wrestling movie and the goofy wrestling movie.
Well, see, I really, really want to watch that. I mean, honestly, have you ever watched A Wrestler starring Mickey Rourke?
Sort of. I remember back in the day, I was actually at your house and we watched like an hour of it. I didn't get to finish it, but I saw most of it and I really liked what I saw.
It's a good movie. I don't know where to see it. I have my internet up, but I don't know like where to watch at. But that's another great movie. So maybe down the line, maybe like right before. Maybe the next movie, if we can find it. Maybe back-to-back wrestling movies, but who knows? I have other things in my head about our next movie and stuff. Because you chose back-to-back, I get to choose the next one as well. Ha 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 ha. I'm just kidding. I love you now.
And then we could do what was that Hogan movie? No Holds Barred, I think it was, where Zeus was the villain.
Yeah, dude. That's on Tubi. That's on Tubi. And yes,
I remember loving that as a kid, but I have a feeling that movie is absolute garbage.
Well, Zeus did pass away last year, I believe, or year before. I know we.
Of course he did, because McMahon's stuffing these guys full of steroids. He didn't give a shit about their long-term health.
Well, you did see Virgil pass away this past week, right? Virgil passed away.
Nah, I missed that.
Yeah, Virgil was only 61. 61.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So RIP. Also, big ups to Chris Jericho, who donated $5,000 to the funeral fund for Mike Jones, aka Virgil, which is very highly awesome of him, even though his politics don't stand in the way we want to stand. But yeah. Anything else you want to say to the fans and the listeners out there before we go? Or any of the viewers out there?
Free Palestine now.
Yeah, fuck that shit, man. Honestly, wars. I said this before, and I said this last year, and I'm gonna say it again now. 2024 might be the end of it all. I mean, the way everything's going, and the way let's have old men run this country. Yeah, we're not advancing as a culture. We're hindering ourselves here to help others around the world, because are we really number one?
You can tell democracy's working when your choice is between a fascist and a fascist enabler.
I just think we just need to get rid of them all and just end the government. I'm sorry, government, but like, we need to stop. Just stop. Like, I just like get heated when we talk about it. Like, I really just don't want to see this world that we live in. Yeah, we're supposed to help people, but yet we don't help our own. We let Mexico still take over our country by letting people walk across the border and be illegal.
I saw the best tweet a little while ago where someone said America isn't a country, it's just an arms dealer, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much a fun point.
This ain't a scene, it's a goddamn arms race. This ain't a scene. Yeah, Fall Out Boy's right. This ain't a scene, it's a goddamn arms race. I'm sorry we're talking about a lot, but also...
so go watch Goofy Wrestling Movie.
Yeah, go watch Ready to Rumble. Michael Buffer is in the movie.
If you don't, I will crown you.
Yeah. I will rule you. Okay. All right. Everybody, thanks for viewing. I don't know who's live. Let's see who's live real quick so we can get the hell out of here and rate them. You know what? We're gonna rate him again because he's playing the new WWE, and I don't give a fuck, and I like it, and he's an awesome dude, and maybe some people will actually follow us this time when I rate him. And that's Mills. So we're gonna rate Mills. He's live playing WWE. If you guys haven't played that game yet, please go watch him play. Great guy. We don't have enough people on the Kick or the on the YouTube, so love you guys. We'll see you all later on there. Thank you for tuning in. Hit us up on the Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube as well. YouTube at Tight Spot's Playhouse, Twitch.tv/The Real Tight Spot, TikTok.com/The Real Tight Spot, Kick.com/The Real Tight Spot, Twitter.com/Nakattack. If you guys haven't followed Nakattack, he's also on Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky. I really don't post there, but if you guys want to follow us there, I'm also on Threads. I don't care. Let's go. Let's build this shit. If you guys have any
still
comments,
around?
yeah. Threads is on Instagram. But love you guys. Peace out. Nakattack, love you, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.